Leave a comment author. We ain't not fish. Original source, SFAC word count, 1855 characters. Translator, Silva. English source, Relibrary word count, 1200 words. That's right, I know that tone of speech. I am very familiar with that kind of pretentious speech. It sounded just like how I was talking previously. But how can that be? I was a great in my previous life, every action of mine released a aura. There's no way I would talk in a way that forcefully raised my own social status. I was so I could bring someone to their knees inadvertently. However, I could still learn something from the great ancestor. The way he spoke without revealing himself gave people the impression that he was very powerful. But why can I hear the great ancestor's voice in this kind of place? Could it be the will left behind by the ancestor? Mother never told me the will would take the initiative to talk to me. Moreover, I am currently floating in midair with a translucent body. This kind of airy feeling, that's right, this is my spiritual body. This was also the reason I thought I was dead. Let's see. I looked around the golden S.P.A.C.E. and didn't find anything. According to the flow of events, I am certainly within the Dragon Monument. Mother also didn't tell me my soul would be pulled into the Dragon Monument. If this was a common occurrence, there's no way she wouldn't have reminded me in advance. In other words, this was a special event caused by me. Did the ancestor discover my talent already and is giving me preferential treatment? This is just like the cliché martial arts novel, wherein the great master discovered the innate talent in the protagonist but didn't have time to teach him due to a life-threatening situation. Thus, he decided to employ this kind of simple yet effective method to transfer his skills. And thereafter, the protagonist will obtain great power as he aimed for the top. During his journey, he would slay a few demons and save some damsels in distress, eventually becoming the hero everyone loves and adore. Does that mean my time has come? Dost thou seek power? The ancestor's M.U.F. fled voice resounded again. Here it comes. Everything is proceeding according to my expectations. The ancestor is about to transfer his martial arts, no, his limitless power to me, the power that could even make G.O.Ds kneel before him. And once I receive this power, I will be able to get my revenge on those two R.E.T.A.R.D.E.D.G.O.Ds. I will take back what is mine, give them a taste of my OO, then I will throw them into the eggs of some female lizard and give them a taste of their own medicine. Perfect. Haha, it's only been 17 chapters and my revenge is almost complete. As expected, I am the strongest protagonist. However, I must answer this question very carefully. According to the pattern, the great master would often test your qualifications to receive their teachings with some seemingly simple questions. Just like this question, for example, it looked like he was simply asking if you seek power, but there was, in fact, a hidden meaning. He wanted to test if you understood the true meaning of possessing such power. Point 1. There's no way the quick-wit me would be stumped by this question. After 3 seconds of deliberating, I answered him with what I believed was the strongest power in this world. I want big BREASTS. I wasn't sure if I was thinking too much, but the atmosphere suddenly became heavy. Dost thou not seek power? The ancestor's voice abruptly came from my back. I turned my head and jumped up in fright. What appeared behind me was a dragon head. It was merely a head, but it was bigger than all the dragons I've seen to date. Ancestor, why do you only have a head? I asked cautiously. I am the origin dragon, born from nothingness. It is only natural that I am bigger than any other dragon. As for why there's only the head, my main body is but a will and my remaining power is all but limited. I have no choice but to materialize the physically smaller head to conserve power. If you're going to conserve power, why not transform into a human, maybe even a cat or a dog? Wouldn't you be able to save more power that way? Why don't you transform into something smaller? I asked with as polite a speech as I could muster. Humph. The ancestor let out a cold snort. His golden pupil gave off a terrifying glint. I am the origin dragon, an existence revered by even the G.O.Ds. How can I put up a miserable presentation just to save a little bit of power? You don't look very mighty to me right now, you know. Thou haven't answered my question. Why dost thou not seek power? There's no such thing. The thing I seek is the strongest power in this world. The atmosphere strangely became heavy again for a few seconds. Who told you that? It was an old gentleman. I recollected my memories. He was my teacher in life. He has taught me many things. He was also the one who taught me Brie.S.T.S are the most powerful weapon in the world. Oh, that's right. Can you make my Brie.S.T.S grow faster, great ancestor? That way, I won't need you to grant me any power. I will come to possess the greatest power by myself. I rubbed my flat as board chests and asked. After 2 seconds of pondering, the great ancestor answered, if the Brie.S.T.S thou spoke of are those useless fats hanging in front of women, then it is a pity. Thou might never come to possess them. What? What do you mean by never come to possess them? How can that be possible? Great ancestor, don't look at how small my Brie.S.T.S are now. I am still very young and has only been born for half a day. As long as you give me enough time, my Brie.S.T.S will definitely grow. The great ancestor only needs to help me speed up the process. The great ancestor shook his gigantic head. That is an impossible task. Even if thou had really only been born, thou are already past the infancy period. According to the human standard, thou are roughly 50 years old. At the age of 50, thou still have no Bries. It will remain that way even if another few years come to pas.s. No matter how much I speed up the growth of that part, it is impossible for that to grow any bigger. No, that's impossible. Great ancestor, you must be lying to me. My birth mother has such big Brie.S.T.S as her daughter. How can my Brie.S.T.S be so small? That's right, how can I be a flatboard with a G-cup mother? This doesn't follow the law of genetics at all. The great ancestor also began to take pity on me. I had visited many worlds in my lifetime. Your circumstance is indeed very rare, but not impossible. After stopping for a few seconds, the great ancestor continued, have thou ever heard of this term? What term? Mutation. References. He's definitely overthinking and this might cost him dearly XD.